Lesson 29, Substantives. We already know two things that can take the place of a noun in an English or Latin sentence, or more accurately, one thing that can take the place of a noun in an English sentence, and two that could take the place of a noun in the Latin sentence. In an English sentence, a pronoun can take the place of a noun. In a Latin sentence, a pronoun can take the place of a noun, but also the verb ending can take the place of a noun or a pronoun. You see that in cases of sentences just like amat equum, he loves the horse. There's no separate noun or pronoun for the subject, it's all in the ending. We're going to learn one more thing in Latin and English that can take the place of a noun, and it is called a substantive. So what we're going to learn is how do we translate phrases such as boni servos amant and boni servos amant. The definition of a substantive is an adjective that is used as a noun. Okay. We use substantives in both English and Latin. Some examples in English would be only the good die young, which actually means only the good people die young, but people is understood. The meek shall inherit the earth. Meek, again, is an adjective, but we know that it means meek people. And then the good, the bad, and the ugly, that phrase, same thing. It means good people, bad people, ugly people, but those words are not expressly stated. Therefore, good is a substantive, bad is a substantive, and ugly is a substantive in this sentence. Do we give a tax break to the rich? Which word in that sentence do you think would be the substantive? If you said rich, you were right, because we actually mean rich people. Okay, and in what do you think it would be in the bold sees the day? Bold is the answer. And in this last part, the timid run away. It's timid. I hope you got those right. In Latin, you can recognize a substantive because it will be an adjective in the sentence that doesn't agree with any noun in the sentence. Some examples in Latin would be Dido multa super priamo rogabit. Dido asked for many things before Priam. Okay, many things is implied here because we just have the word for many. So multa would be the substantive here. Omnia amor vincit. Love conquers all. Implied, love conquers all things. So omnia would be the substantive. Multi negabunt. Pauci assentient. Multi and pauci are the substantives here because they mean many and few. So this one says many will deny or disagree, but a few will agree. Okay, so again, it means many people or many men. How about in this one? Can you see the substantive in Latin? Labor omnia vincit. If you said omnia again, you're right. This sentence says work conquers all. Implied, work conquers all things. Okay, but this is an adjective, so it's the substantive in Latin. How about in the next one? Multi multa novit. Be careful. This one was a little tricky. It has two substantives, multi and multa. And this one says many men knew many things. How do I know which one says men and which one says things? Let's take a look at the next one before we get into that. Do you see the substantive in nemo omnia knowit? Again, it's omnia, which is commonly used as a substantive in Latin and in English. This one says no one knows everything. Or again, all things. So how do I know when I'm translating a substantive in Latin if I should substitute in the word men or man or people or boy or girl or women? Well, it has to do with the gender of the adjective. If on the adjective that is acting as a substantive or as a noun has a masculine ending, then you're going to add men or person or people into the sentence. If it has a feminine ending, you're going to add girl or girls, woman or women, depending on whether it's singular or plural. And if there's a neuter ending on the adjective, then you're going to put in or understand things. So let's take a look at some of these practice questions. I will do the first one with you. Number 1 is multa portamus. Okay. This is just a regular verb. It's got our mus ending on it, so that means we carry. And then we have multa, which as we know is an adjective, but there's no noun here for multa to be modifying, so it must be a substantive. And since multa means many, we know that it can't be singular. So this A must be a neuter plural ending, which means we would stick in or understand the word things. So to translate this phrase, we would say, we carry many things. Now go ahead and try 2 through 4 on your own, and we'll go over them in class next time.